seated in the chair, so you want to make sure that you've got a nice firm chair that's not going to slip or slide on the floor as you move your arms and your legs. As we stay seated, we're going to aim to mobilise your entire body from head to toe, and we're also going to take it into a nice deep stretch towards the end as well. This workout should roughly last about 20 minutes, so remember, pace yourself, work at your own level, take breaks as and when you need. Make sure you've got comfortable footwear on and keep yourself hydrated throughout. Okay, right then, so as I said, we're going to sit to the front third of our chair. So as you sit, I want you to lengthen through the crown of the head. Gently roll the shoulders back and down so you've got a nice open posture. And I want you to brace your stomach muscles, so pull your stomach through towards your back to keep your back fully supported. I'm aiming for your knees and your feet to be hip distance apart. So to get them there, glue your feet together, take both heels out, then both toes out. Allow your legs to relax and make sure that you're still sitting nice and tall. If you'd rather rely on the backrest for just now, you can, but I would encourage you to move as far forward as possible as you go through. So we're going to start with our ankles. So you're going to keep your toes on the floor and you're going to lift the heel up on one side. Make sure you're sitting nice and tall, bracing in that stomach muscles. Good, let's do one more and then swap to the other side. So we're just gently mobilising, taking our time. Good, last one. Perfect. Right, let's try for both together. So both heels up, coming right up onto your big toe and the ball of your foot. So this is good for strengthening the ankles. It also keeps them mobile as well, so stops them swelling up as we're sitting for long periods of time. Good. Now let's keep both heels on the floor and then let's do the opposite. Let's keep our heel on the floor and pull our toe up. So you're pulling your toes up towards your shins. Now as you do this, you're strengthening across the front of the leg here. And this is really good again for lifting that feet up and over curbs. Really good for strengthening the ankles to help you balance. Let's try the other side. Not quite as easy as lifting the heels up, but a really important one. So try and really pull it up as high as you can. Two more. Good. And again, we're now going to try for both feet at the same time. Pulling that toes back towards you, bracing in that stomach muscles. Keep going. Last one. Perfect. Now from here, we're going to circle the wrists, and I want you to keep wiggling your toes. Keeping your shoulders back and down. Good, and change direction. Good. Now keep wiggling those toes, and this time we're going to roll the shoulders up, back and right. So I want you to use the full range, opening up across the chest and the shoulder blades. Good, and change direction. Good, and relax. Keep those toes wiggling, and this time we're going to bring the shoulders right up towards our ears. Then we're going to pull the shoulders all the way down. So all the way up to your ears, and then all the way down. So I want you to kind of go from one extreme to the other, so that we can focus on really lengthening through the neck and taking any stress or strain out of there as well. Good, last one. Good, and relax. Now we're going to move our feet from a wiggle into a gentle march. Now, as you gently march, I would like your toes to go down first and then your heels. Again, this is a really good way of mobilising those ankles. And it mimics more of that toe to heel walking as we go as well. Good. So remember, go at your own pace. I want you to keep your feet quite close to the floor for just now, so not lifting up way too high. Good, let's do a couple more. Perfect. Now keep those toes wiggling. This time our arms are by our sides, lengthening through the crown of your head. I want you to reach your fingers down towards the floor. Come up, lengthening through the top of the head again, and then down to the other side. So, bracing that stomach muscles, using your abs to bring yourself back in. Now it's really important that you're bending from your sides. You want to keep that crown of the head lengthened as you come into the middle. Good, let's do one more to each side. Good, and relax. Bring it in, hands down, and let's go back to the march. we're going to keep returning to the marches, because this way we're going to gradually build up that endurance, we're going to gradually build up our fitness as well. Really good habit to get into if you're sitting for different periods throughout the day, just to keep that feet moving, keep that blood circulation as well. Bracing those stomach muscles, think about that posture, shoulders back and down. Good. Again, let's do a couple more. And let's keep the feet down on the floor. Now this time we're going to work through the waist again, and we're going to go for a twist. So what I'd like you to do is keep your toes wiggling. Now you're going to take the arm closest to the side, take it back. Then you're going to take the other arm and reach it back. Now you can hold on to the handrails or the back of your chair. I want you to lift up through the crown of your head and look over your shoulder. So you're getting a nice gentle twist. Nice and easy. Bring both hands back into the centre. And again, back hand back, other hand round. Lengthen through the crown of the head, look over onto your shoulder. Chest up nice and high. Good, looking straight ahead, bringing the hands in, and we're back into the march. So that gentle twist just allows us to get that trunk to move, kind of gets rid of some of the stiffness throughout our waist and through our spine as well. That's it, we're back into those marches. And if you're feeling able to, you can try and pick up that pace a little bit more. So, because we're secure in the chair, we don't need to worry about our balance, but we can do a little bit more just to get that heart rate up a little bit further. So I'd like you to work on the speed. It's more important that those ankles are moving than how fast you go, so please take your time. Make sure you're in a good position, and then work on the speed. Good, now a couple more, and let's get the feet back down onto the floor. So now we're going to go for our neck. So again, we're still lengthening through the crown of the head. I want you to turn to look over your shoulder, gently control back into the middle, and then look over your other shoulder, and back into the middle. So using your waist, shoulders back and down. Keep those toes wiggling if you can. Let's go for one more each way. Good, and back into the centre. Well done. And let's get those feet moving again. Good. Okay, so keeping that feet moving, we're now going to work on adding the arms as well. So I'd like you to take one arm, touch your shoulder, then let the arm reach down so your fingertips go to the floor. Reach up to the shoulder, fingertips to the floor. Now all the while, I want you sitting tall, bracing in your stomach muscles. Tap the shoulder, bring it down. So we're just gently warming up the arms, getting everything moving as it should. Good, last one. Perfect. Place that hand back onto the thigh, and let's go again with the other side. Touching the shoulder, down to the floor. Touch the shoulder, and down. So now getting a little bit more complicated, working upper and lower body together. Now you can break this down and stick with just the arms, but I would encourage you to wiggle your toes just so that we can keep that blood circulating. If you're able to keep it into a march, let's march. Good, right, both together. So both hands on the shoulders, both arms reaching down. Chest up high, stomach muscles pulled in. Keep going. Now if you can, I'd like you to reach back a little bit further. Now what we're doing is we're warming up that upper back a little bit more now as well, and we're going into our triceps, so the back of the arms. So these muscles are really important for our posture. So if you tend to find that you round out through your shoulders, this is a great one to do just to lift that chest up and squeeze the shoulder blades back. Now you'll notice I've still kept my feet marching, but remember you can wiggle the toes if you prefer. Let's do one more. Good, and gently relax. Let's go back into that march again. Recheck, make sure those toes are going down first and then your heels. Good. Right, if you can, I want you to bend one arm and swing forward and back. So it's important that you've got that bend in the elbow, bracing it back and bringing it forward. This is warming up the chest and the upper back again. Go at your own pace with the marches. Last one, let that hand come down and let's do the other side. Swinging back and forward, moving from the shoulder, working the chest and the upper back on this side. Now it's important that you work within comfortable ranges. If you feel more stiff or tight on one side, then just listen to your body. Do what feels good for you. Right, if you can, let's go for both arms and both legs. Now you'll notice that my arms aren't reaching down towards the floor. I've got a nice bend in the elbows and I'm swinging back and forward. You might find that as you swing the arms, the pace of your feet changes as well. Because this is simulated as if we were marching outside or if we were on our feet. So right up, standing tall. So make sure shoulders are back and down, tummy muscles are braced in. As you swing those arms, you should feel that heart rate going up a little bit more. So remember, you should be able to speak to me all the way through this workout. So if you need to take that pace down a little bit, please take it down. You can go back to the single arm swings. You can go back to just working the legs. Good, keep going. Keep marching. Good. Going for 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax those arms down. Well done. Let those feet relax. Good. Right, now we're going to lengthen the leg out ahead of you. You're going to rest your heel down onto the floor, then bend the knee and bring it back. So, now we're working through the thighs, through the front and the back of the thighs as you lengthen that leg out. Now, it's important that you let your heel rest on the floor because we're going for mobilizing the joints as well. I'm aiming for you to have a soft bend in your knee, and I want you to just take it at your own pace. Nice and easy, keeping that legs moving. Good. Let's do one more on each side, and then bring our feet back into that gentle march again. Well done. So this march is now a recovery march. So I don't want you to worry about the pace that you're going, I just want you to keep your feet moving. If you're able to keep that speed up, then go for it. Now, what we're going to do this time is bring one hand from the thigh and reach it forward. Bring it back to the thigh. Reach it forward, bring it back. Now, what I'm aiming to do is keep my palm facing down. I'm reaching forward, extending the arm, keeping my shoulders back and down. So I've still got that nice tall posture. I'm still feeling those shoulder blades working. Let's do one more and relax. Well done. Still staying with the march. Let's do the other side. Reach it up and forward and bring it back. Up and forward, bring it back. Knees and feet are hip distance, shoulders back and down. Nice deep breaths. Good. Now, if you want to stay with this, you can. Otherwise, we're going to alternate. One side, bring it down, and then the other side, bring it down. So remember, you don't have to keep in time with me. You can do this at your own pace. Make sure you're bracing those stomach muscles, trying to keep those feet moving. Good. Let's do one more on each side. Good, and gently let the arms relax. Perfect. Right, guys, now we're back into stretching that leg out, resting the heel on the floor. Now, if you found this challenging enough last time, I want you to stay with this. But if you can, I want you to reach your arm forward as you tap the heel on the floor. So, chest is up, tummy muscles working. I want you to avoid sinking down into the chair and take your time. Reach it forward. Good. Perfect, well done. Keep going. Nice and tall, moving arms and legs. Let's go for one more on each side. Let those arms relax, and we're back into a gentle march. Well done, very good. So we're just going to start to taper it down a little bit, and we're going to go into that nice deep stretch that I mentioned earlier. So this is going to work on a bit of flexibility through all the major joints and muscle groups, hopefully feeling you a little bit more supple, a little more mobile as we go. So So I want you to keep that feet moving, but I do want you to get your feet a little bit closer to the floor. So we're slowing the pace down, we're making the movement smaller. Regulate your breathing and make sure you're still thinking about that posture. Lift up through your chest, crown of your head up towards the ceiling. Good. Now, from here, keep the heels on the floor and lift the toes up. Sorry, I did the opposite there. Now, as you keep pulling that toes up, just like we did at the start, I want you to roll your shoulders back. Now, you can reach for the back of the chair, so as far back behind you as you can, lifting up through your chest to encourage a stretch across the front. Now, if you're able to, I'd like you to place your hands into the base of your back and lift the chest up. So you've got a bend in the elbows as you go. Good, and relax. Now, we're going to keep the toes on the floor and lift the heels up. Again, nice and gently, just like we did in the warm-up. This time, I'd like you to take one arm and put it across your body to the other side. Support your elbow above or below with the opposite hand and pull it in towards you. This is going to give you that stretch across the shoulder. Good, and gently relax. Now it's the opposite side. Bring the arm over, support above or below the elbow and pull it in towards you. Now it's important that your neck and shoulders are nice and relaxed. Good, and let both arms come down. Now we're just on to wiggling the toes. So let those legs and feet relax as much as you can. Now as you wiggle your toes, we're going to go stretching through the back of the arm and again into the shoulder. So what I'd like you to do is take one arm and reach up towards the ceiling. Now I want you to bend your elbow and take it back behind you. Now option 1 is you can have it behind your head. Option 2 is behind the neck. But option 3 that I would like us all to aim for eventually is in between the shoulder blades. Now I want you to take your free hand and give a little bit of support through the back of the arm here. Now you should feel a stretch up the back and through into your side. Keep looking straight ahead. Good. Keeping that toes wiggling. Now if you can, take that same arm and again keep a little bit of support, and now we're going to reach across. So now we're giving that good stretch through your side. So as I say, you can support that arm if you need to, or you can have it down. And gently relax. Perfect. We're going to do the same on the other side. So arm up, bend the elbow, bring the hand behind. So again, behind the head, the neck or the shoulder blades. Free hand on the back and stretch it up. Good. Then if you can, reach up towards the ceiling and stretch it over. Good, and gently bring that arm down. Now give the wrist a wee shake off the feet. And we're done, well done. Excellent effort guys. Hope you're feeling a bit more loose and a bit more mobile after that. Remember, you can repeat this workout as many times as you need. Thank you.